Imagine this. It's the dead of winter, 1959. 9 experienced hikers, all students, set out on an expedition into the icy wilderness of Russia's Ural Mountains. Their destination was Otorten Mountain, a challenge they were more than prepared for. But they never returned. What happened to them on that frozen, desolate slope has become one of the most chilling and baffling mysteries of the 20th century. Weeks after they were due back, a search party made a horrifying discovery. They found the hikers' tent on a slope now known as Dyatlov Pass. It had been slashed open, but not from the outside. It was cut from the asterisk inside asterisk. It was as if something had terrified the group so completely that they sliced their way out into the sub-zero blizzard. Investigators followed a trail of footprints leading away from the camp. But these weren't the footprints of properly geared hikers. They were barefoot or in socks, some wearing only a single shoe. Why would 9 seasoned mountaineers flee their only shelter, half-dressed, into a lethal -30 degrees Celsius, 22 Fahrenheit night? The scene was one of pure, unadulterated panic. The first 2 bodies were found nearly a mile away, by a makeshift fire pit under a large pine tree. They were barefoot and dressed only in their underwear. 3 more bodies, including that of the group's leader, Igor Dyatlov, were found between the tree and the tent, seemingly frozen as they tried to crawl back to safety. They had all died of hypothermia. The mystery, it seemed, was tragic but straightforward. But that was before the remaining 4 were discovered. 2 months later, buried under more than 10 feet of snow in a ravine, the last 4 hikers were found, and their condition turned the case from a tragedy into something far more sinister. One man had a severely fractured skull. Another had multiple broken ribs, with injuries consistent with the force of a high-speed car crash. Yet, there were no external wounds, no bruises, as if they had been crushed by an immense, invisible pressure. And the most gruesome discovery of all, one of the women, Lyudmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue, her eyes, and parts of her face, and to make things even stranger, some of their clothes were found to have significant levels of radiation. There were no signs of a struggle, no tracks from any other people or large animals. Just 9 bodies, a shredded tent, and 1,000 questions. So, what happened on Dyatlov Pass? The official Soviet investigation concluded they died from a compelling natural force. For years, many believed this meant an avalanche. But the slope wasn't steep enough, and the search party found no evidence of one. Besides, an avalanche doesn't explain the missing tongue or the radiation. Other theories are even wilder. Some suggest infrasound low-frequency sound waves generated by the wine drove the hikers into a state of irrational terror. This could explain their panicked escape, but not the devastating internal injuries. This is where the idea of paradoxical undressing comes in. It is a real phenomenon, where people in the final stages of hypothermia feel incredibly hot and start removing their clothes. But again, this doesn't account for the crushed bones. Then there are the more sensational theories. Witnesses in the area reported seeing strange, bright orange spheres in the sky on the night the hikers died. Was it a UFO encounter? Or was it a secret military weapons test gone horribly wrong? The radiation on the clothing certainly supports the idea that they stumbled upon something they weren't meant to see and were silenced to this day. No single theory perfectly explains all the bizarre details of the Dyatlov Pass incident. The fractured skulls, the missing body parts, the radiation, the frantic escape into the blizzard is a puzzle where none of the pieces fit. The case remains officially unsolved. A dark and terrifying legend whispered among the unforgiving peaks of the Ural Mountains. What do you think happened? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you find mysteries like this as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Stay curious.